Okay, we are live. Hello, everybody. Hi, Sky. Hi, Frank. Grasshopper. I know Dr. Black is going at the same time, so if you guys would rather be there, I totally understand. I totally understand because I don't like going over the top of people. I just had to do a stream tonight, so don't feel bad if you decide to pop over there or if you're double dipping on the streams.
They don't feel bad going over you. Did I say that out loud?
I was talking to Blackie and apologized for streaming at the same time as him and stuff. And he wanted to cancel his stream, and I was like, "Oh no, you don't. If you cancel your stream, I will hurt you."
Oh no, cancel the stream and come on over here. It'll be fun.
Okay, I got the stream up here. Kiwi, hello. Hi, Jess.
Well, hello everybody. Wow, we already got a lot of people here.
So I'm going to show you guys what we're going to do tonight. Besides having fun, I can hear my coffee's almost ready, so I'm going to be making myself a coffee and Fireball in a minute because that's top priority. But I have this betta, and you can tell me what you think of it, Bob. What? I know it's not the best, but I'm going to give this one away.
Oh, it's so terrible. Oh, boo-hoo. That's beautiful.
It's a little aceo card of a betta, and we're going to be.
I love those colors.
We're going to be doing a giveaway on this guy. This was one of my bettas. His name was Patrick. So got him. And then I have not put this on a mat yet, but I'm going to auction this off if anybody's interested. And it is a little drawing of a killdeer, and it's like, I think it's like it's close to 5 by 8. And then I'll be putting it on an 8 by 10 mat board. I don't know if you can see all the colors and stuff in that.
Looks better than it does in Patreon.
I like doing white, like he's got a lot of white on him. I love doing white because of all the colors you can get into it. But he was at the little hot spring pools in Yellowstone National Park. And it's a little killdeer, which is one of my favorite birds. But anyway, yeah, it's about 5 by 8, so it's bigger. It's bigger than the 4 by 6 drawings, and it'll go on like an 8 by 10 mat board. And I was going to do it before tonight's stream, but I didn't get that part done because it's hotter than hell, and I feel lazy. So.
You think they get sore butts sitting on those rocks when they have eggs?
I don't think they don't sit on rocks.
Yeah.
They do nest on the ground though, but not always in rocks. A lot of times they make little brush piles that they sit in. Hi, June.
There was one at Lake Winnipesaukee, a lake old-fashioned theme park, and we would try to run over it every year. It would be in the driveway. It would be nesting in it. They're quick.
Yeah. They do this thing where they'll, like, if they got a nest on the ground somewhere, they'll act like they have a broken wing and try to lead you away from their nest, like acting like they have a broken wing so they're easy prey, and then once you get far enough away from their nest, they'll fly away.
That's pretty clever.
Yeah. They're pretty cool little birds.
So that should sell for at least, I don't know, 10, 20 grand maybe?
Oh, yeah, right. Hopefully it'll sell.
I hope everybody's doing well out there. Can you all hear me well?
Grasshopper says it's over 100 degrees and they're doing like grid patterns of shutting people's electricity off.
That's what my brother told me.
Power usage. Yeah. So hopefully he won't disappear on us. But yeah, so Northern California, it's over 100. What's it like there?
Yeah, it's been in the 80s and 90s here in East Texas, and humid as hell.
Oh yeah, East Texas is humid. Yeah, it's been like close to 90 here all week, and then we got tomorrow's in the high 80s and Thursday's in the high 80s, and then it's supposed to drop to 56 on Friday. And I am so looking forward to that. And then for the next following Friday, it's like every day looks like it's in the 60s and 70s. So it's like, yay, maybe fall is here. So is it still hot in Tennessee, Bob?
It's been not nearly as bad. The humidity's been down, which is nice, to be out walking dogs. It's been in the 80s, middle 80s. Hey, Scott.
Oh my God. June 114. That's horrible.
I'll be glad when it gets cold.
You can get in there. Star's trying to get into her kennel.
Oh.
She can't get in, but she can. She's just.
Hey, Scotty, how you doing, bud? Hey, Jenny Lynn.
Oh, where's Jenny?
She just came in.
On my list, she's right about there.
Hey, Jenny. Thanks for your
suggestion. It's very high in my clothes. Oh my God, I know that feeling.
Thanks for your suggestion, Jenny. I did contact Green Room Python, and he's going to be on this Friday.
Which is going to be a lot of fun, yeah. Hey, Mike, how are you?
Hey, Mike. Yeah, I like his channel. Great suggestion. I told him that you sick me on him.
Yep, Chappie's in a hotel room.
Yeah, I live in hotel rooms more than I'm at home. I don't even know why I pay so much in rent.
The life of an oil worker.
Mm-hmm. That is right.
Hey, Tom.
Hey, PM Aquatics, hi. So we have 16 people here. And like I say, we got, I've got this little card of a betta that I'm going to give away tonight. It's not the bestest, but it was kind of fun.
It's better than anyone else has.
Right. I've got it.
And then I'm going to hopefully auction one off, but if nobody's interested in it, I could try tomorrow night instead.
I've got one of your betas, Pam. You know?
Do you really? I don't remember.
Yep, somewhere around here.
That is a killdeer. And it's about 5 by 8 in colored pencil on handmade bark paper.
Mike Aquatic and Things wants to know, Bob, are we staying on your channel for the month of reptiles?
I think, wasn't Susie going to do this next month?
I don't know.
Well, we need to get that figured out before Friday.
Well, 2 of the upcoming guests this month I invited, and usually if you invite, you host them. I mean, on Livestream we've been doing it. But, and then there's another spot open. I've got a couple of people I'm going to try while I'm on the street. It doesn't matter to me, Mike. Whatever you want to do.
Just everybody get naked and weird.
Right? Yeah. I'm naked now. I just got a tube top on, but naked.
Don't stand up, Bob. Don't stand up.
Don't stand up, yeah.
I guess it's not really a tube top. It's not tight, but
you can do that. You can just, Just don't want to keep moving around. Oh, Grasshopper. Everybody gets a Four Loko and hamburger. Four Locos when they came out were crazy. They're not
Well,
so crazy.
you've been hosting so far, Mike. I mean, as far as doing it on your channel. So, yeah, if y'all want me to do it on my channel, I'm fine with it. It works for me.
Yeah, we just had a mix-up last week because Mike wasn't feeling good, but
Yeah,
I don't have a problem with keep doing it on his.
doesn't matter to me.
Well, there you go.
Y'all just tell me what you want me to do. Except dance. I won't dance.
You will not dance.
Crown
Nope.
tail, hello.
Crown tail. Hey, Tim.
Not even for a beer?
Nope.
Miller Lite. It's nothing fancy. I got to stay hydrated.
I'm gonna go make myself a drink because my cup is empty. Totally.
Uh-oh.
So, and I can smell my coffee, so I know it's ready. So I'm gonna go get out my Fireball and coffee, and I will be right back. So, so I'm going to drop down for a minute, guys. So don't get in a big fight and don't talk about me because I can still hear you.
Wow. Left us nothing to do.
Well, this is the Chappie and Bob show, everybody, and we're just gonna get naked and see how weird we can get. I mean, or not, whatever. It's up to y'all. In fact, let's not. I just got out of the shower. It was cold. Bob, how you been, bud?
I'm doing great. You have two people out with COVID at the Ark, and we're a small place, and then one's out taking care of her grandfather in hospice. So I've been going 6 days a week instead of 3 days. So
Pam was telling me they've been running you ragged, bud.
yeah, well, I'm the director, so if nobody else can show up, that's what happens. That's what happens. Already naked. Awesome.
You can bring all the doggos home.
No, we've been getting lots of dogs adopted. My new dog came from there, and I found out tonight she likes squeaky toys. I didn't know that. She loves squeaky toys.
I found out something interesting about squeaky toys. You know why animals like squeaky toys?
No.
It's a little bit morbid, but it triggers something in their brain that makes them think of, like, you ever heard a rabbit squeal?
Oh, yeah.
So it's their kill response or their attack response. And it's a little bit morbid, but it's kind of true.
That makes sense. They would get excited.
It makes them think they're killing. Exactly. I wasn't going to say so rudely, but yeah. And the sad thing is, those little psychopaths, they just wagging their tail and they're squeak, squeak, squeak. And you're like, oh, you're murdering things. But they're happy about it.
It distracted me too for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't know where she found it, but I laid on the bed and played with her and threw it, and we had a lot of fun.
You're like, I don't know whose squeak toy it was, but
I don't even know. I think it was a little dog I fostered a couple of years ago. It had to be under the dresser or somewhere. She found it.
that's awesome.
Yep. Something we can share together and do together. Imagine killing rabbits. Sounds like a deal.
Everybody in chat, only Oscar said, true, the cries of dying prey are very exciting to predators.
Yep. Silence of the Lamb.
Demons we keep, LOL. I know.
No, this dog seemed like she had never really had anybody show her affection, so it was really hard to get her to open up. I mean, it took several weeks, and she finally has.
Oh, that's terrible,
She didn't know how to act at all, She wouldn't wag her tail or anything. Oh,
really?
Yep. Pam,
that's
we were talking about Brandy, not you.
I mean, maybe a little bit about you.
What?
I mean, we'll get you to wag your tail.
I heard something about killing, and I thought you guys were talking about me.
We were.
Um,
That was the part.
no, that's it's really sad when you think about it, because we took an animal that was a predator, turn it into what we wanted it, and people are such sociopaths that they don't know how to, or maybe they're not sociopaths, but I mean, you know what I mean.
They are. One of the little dogs evidently called it wasn't a grasshopper. It was more like a, what are those things that come in millions of them?
Locust.
Yeah, that's what it
It's a
was. They
grasshopper,
must have
but
caught
they're
it
just big.
outside. But I noticed it on the doormat when we started back out. I started to take a picture and send it to Grasshopper, but I thought that would be a little cruel. It was chewed up.
Drama queen. Star is a drama queen.
Who?
Star. She's a
Oh.
drama queen.
Well, we were talking about squeak noises, and your dog's like, I could do one better.
Yep. I don't know if she got after the cat or what.
Oh.
June says she has cats that she can't touch, her own tame cats. I have Mario. Mario, I can touch. Hi, Foxy. Mario, I've had since before he was weaned. His mother was a feral cat, and she abandoned him, and I didn't think he'd live, but I took care of him, and he lived, and now he's like, Mario's a funny cat. He does not want to be picked up. He does not want to be petted. He's not a cat that's going to jump up in your lap purring. Never. As in never. But he wants to be wherever I'm at. Like he's always laying at my feet. And when I sleep at night, he jumps into bed and he sleeps at my feet. And he gets really mad if I'm gone for a while. He gets real mad at me. He's a very smart cat, but he's a funny cat. He doesn't want to be touched.
Maybe
but he definitely does. He definitely does like me. So.
How do you know he's not getting mad for you coming back?
How do I know when he's getting mad?
How do you know he's not mad that you came back?
Hi, Mooney.
That was a good one, Bob.
Soul Taker, hi.
Low fruit, grab it while you can.
Hey, I missed that one. I totally.
Oh, so man. I have 20 people in here. Should we do the giveaway, or should we see if anybody's interested in the drawing that's up for auction?
What do you guys think?
I haven't been having very many drawings up for auction because I've been working on bigger pieces. But hi, Daniel. But I do have one tonight. I guess I'll show you guys again. This little card here I'm going to give away tonight because I haven't done a giveaway for a while, and I like doing giveaways.
I'm not going to lie. I hope I get that.
It's a betta. And then I have a drawing it's 5 by 8, so it's a little bit bigger than the 4 by 6s that I usually do for the auctions. It's 5 by 8, and it'll go on an 8 by 10, and it is a killdeer with a fly that keeps landing on it. But
hey, Dee Dee.
Like it's a 5 by 8, and I'm going to put it on a 8 by 10 mat for framing. So all you'll need to do is drop it in the frame, and I'll send spacer bars with it too. And mostly why I need to do an auction is, well, I have a couple bills that I got to pay in the next short while here, but I also spent the money that I've been holding on to mail stuff. I had to spend it to pay my rent, or I would have been in trouble. And it absolutely made me cringe because I've been saving it just for mailing, but now so I have to make up for that so I can get everything mailed because I'm stupid.
Yeah, you're not stupid. Y'all just wait. We're gonna have a drawing to see whose house Pam lives at.
Yeah. Oh my God. Oh. It's
Y'all
okay. I'll just move in with Frank.
There you go.
Oh my God.
Y'all just
Pam, if
said
I had
you're
a big
welcome.
house,
But sure.
Pam, if I had a big house, I'll let you move in. You can just do art for me all day.
Okay.
But unfortunately, one-bedroom apartment's not very conducive to that.
No. Hey, Rack, how are you?
Hey, Rack.
What do you guys think? Do you want me to give away the little drawing first, or do you want to do the auction first of the one drawing that I've got?
I think.
Grasshopper says that I can move in with him, but we'll need to flip a coin to see who's a small spoon each night.
um, Bob, what do you think? Drawing or auction?
The drawing.
Okay, we'll give away a drawing and let me pull up my random number selector.
Oh, there you go. Only Oscars has extra rooms. But we're in California, is what.
Random number generator. And we'll do a number between 1 and 75. And the rules are, and I use a random number generator, so there's no way anybody can say I'm not being totally upfront and honest. And the rules are that everybody gets one guess after I type start. Don't type a number until I type start. And you get to guess one number between 1 and 75 one time. And the closest without going over is the winner. And if there's a tie, then we do a tiebreaker between the people who tied. Okay?
Someone's going to have to do my number for me. And probably Bob, too, because I'm not
Yes.
logged in YouTube.
Okay, yep. Let me push start, and then you can put in and this is what we're giving away. It's a little drawing of a betta.
Pam, I'll do mine in private chat. Bob, I don't know if you can get to that to do that.
Hi, George. So I'm going to type start, and everybody, one guess a number between 1 and 75. And this is for the aceo card of a betta.
Oh, no. I'll just say my number out loud.
Right here. You put yours in private chat, Chappie, or are you going to say it?
No, let's make it fair. Because then if I did get it, everybody would be like, well, he put it in private chat. How do we know?
Well, no, because I type it in the regular chat anyway, so.
Oh, yeah. 35.
35? Okay. And how about you, Bob?
Well, I was going to say 33, but I'm not in the mood to wrestle Bluefish tonight. So I will say 66.
66?
I don't know. I wonder who would win. Could be interesting. And I apologize, guys. I'm yawning a lot. Beer's probably not helping. But I just switched from day shift. I'm going to night shift tomorrow night. So I've got to stay up for a while.
Oh, yeah. It's always hard when you're switching.
So I apologize if I'm making you tired or yawn.
I know when I was working in Cheyenne, I was working at like an in-store Starbucks. And
Right.
I closed one night, and then they asked me if I'd open the next night or next morning, which is a 5 o'clock in the morning shift. And it's an hour's drive, so it was like almost 11 o'clock before I got home, and then I had to figure on trying to get out of the house by 4 in the morning. And yeah, hi, Crypt Keeper. And I don't do mornings, so I made it, but I was not a happy camper.
Oh, no. Hey, Crypt Keeper Aquatics. How you doing? Jenny, I basically do 2 weeks on days, a week off, and then 2 weeks on nights, and then a week off, and then 2 weeks on days.
Okay. Anybody who hasn't got a number in, put in a number between 1 and 75 because I'm going to close it off in a minute and draw a number.
Hey, Foxy.
Yeah, I see a lot of people haven't put numbers yet. A lot of people have, but there's quite a few that haven't.
And I'm going to need some help because I had my stream on Top Chat. So I might miss some numbers when I go back. So, but anybody that hasn't put a number in yet, do it now because I'm about ready to type stop.
Crib Keeper, have you put a number in, bud?
Crypt Keeper, you need to put a number in between 1 and 75. I'm giving away a little drawing of a betta.
Anybody that has not put in a number, you want that drawing, make sure you do. You enter number 1. For some reason, I didn't see that. Yep, I see it right there. I'm dumb.
Okay, I'm going to type stop.
So pretty. Me or the paints? Or the
You,
drawing?
Chappie, you're so pretty.
I'm pretty.
Okay, so we're going to go over to the screen for the random number generator.
I need a brush. Look at my hair. Jeez.
Okay, are we ready?
Ready.
Do drum roll. Da, 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 da. And number 20. Number 20.
I've got a number 33. Oh, I've got 23 from Foxy.
I saw that.
But you can't go over
10, 12.
You can't go over, so it can't be.
Yeah.
It can't be over 20. It's got to be under 20.
Grasshopper with the 12.
It's Grasshopper.
Oh my gosh, Grasshopper won. A fishy. Jimmy P. No. So hi Jimmy. It is Grasshopper won it. And I've already got, I know I've got something going out to him, so you don't need to send me your address or anything. I'll just add it to it, find it and add it to it.
Oh, I don't trim or wax my mustache. I'll just fix it. Judge my mustache. All my hair is free range.
Free range.
All natural.
There we go. It doesn't want to curl right now, but it does when I brush it.
Whenever you what?
Whenever I brush my hair.
Ooh, I thought you said something else.
Oh, if I let my hair grow long, I can't hardly brush it because it's curly. The longer it gets, the curlier it gets. But when I brush it, it separates the curls and it just keeps going.
No, and Pam does a
Like
really
that.
wicked. Pam gets a really wicked Fu Manchu mustache. Bob, what'd you think I said? Not curling.
When I chip.
Or brushing.
When I chip. When you said brush it, it sounded like chip.
Oh.
With an S instead of a C.
That's. I can see why we need to get your ears checked, bud.
Right.
No, it'll be all right. You have curly hair as well. Only the cats get brushed.
Yep.
Oh.
If you got, like, my hair is like super thick and curly when it's long. And like, so you can't brush it because it separates the curls and then pretty soon it looks like a damn afro sticking out from my head.
Yeah. Blue fish. Right.
Bob, you jinxed me, LOL. Oh, man. How'd you do that, Bob?
So Grasshopper gets this little guy.
Because 33 is usually my number, but it is bluefishes and GRBs too.
Oh.
She got it in first.
Ugly ringlets of curls. Oh my God. When I was a kid, I don't know how old you are, June, but when I was a kid, my mom used to take my hair, and this was like when I was in first grade. She would take my hair and like brush it around her fingers and make little Shirley Temple ringlets, you know? And yeah,
Finger curls.
finger curls, yep.
You know what's sad? I'll use a brush on my face before I do on my head.
I do the same thing now, but I can't show you.
Hello, all. How goes it? Just a reminder, I'm doing a new live stream called
Dad jokes
Fish
and
Daddy
more.
Jokes and More.
Wednesday at 4 Pacific time.
So that's 6 Eastern Standard Time for everybody in the rest of the world.
No, it'd be 7 o'clock Eastern time.
Is it 3 hours?
Yeah, if he's on the West
Oh,
Coast
Eastern.
Pacific time, yeah, it's 3
Let's take
hours.
it Central. My bad.
Because
I'm
it'd like be
Central.
5 o'clock my time and 7 o'clock Eastern time.
That's
Oh,
a
there you
good
go.
time because Rob's not going right now for a while, so that's a great time to start.
I'm lucky I have good hair, but it's not good right now. If I let it dry and I tie it up and then I let it down, it you know. Can a mod post a link to George for me?
I can do that.
You should be able to click on George's thing and go to his channel.
No, you can't anymore unless you're a mod. They took that option away because YouTube's stupid.
You can
But
do it.
if you are a mod, then you can just click and go to channel.
You can do it in the stream afterward, but not live.
It's crap. Have not added it to the fish fam calendar yet. Is that still a thing? Pam, did you get back up on that?
I don't even know if I'm on it. I never go to it actually.
Thanks, Punchy. Thanks, Yelling. Punching and yelling. This just does not have. I have naturally curly hair. I have to
Oh
blow
my God,
dry it.
3 feet long, nice. I just keep my hair short because it's like too thick and it's too hot to have long hair right now.
Dee Dee said you're still on it.
I don't know how long my hair is. It's this long.
Looks like 18 inches, maybe 2 feet.
Oh, maybe. I look like a treasure troll. One of the ones with the
Troll.
Wow, Fox
little
is
gem in
next
the belly.
week.
You spin them
Okay,
around their
guys,
head.
I'm going to see if anybody's interested in bidding on this. If not, then I'll try again tomorrow night. But
I'm not entertaining. You get out of here.
so let me get myself up here. So this
Ooh.
is a 5x8 colored pencil on handmade bark paper, and it will be matted to go into an 8x10 frame.
Hey, Blackie.
What's Blackie doing here?
Blackie things.
So this is a drawing of little killdeer.
What do you
So
think? We
that's
get
what
a
I have available tonight.
Blackie. Are you still streaming, bud?
How can a bird be a deer?
How can a bird kill a deer? That's what I want to know.
I think that they named it that because that's what it sounds like when it's making its call. It sounds like it's saying killdeer.
Jesus, deer must be terrified.
Right?
Okay, so if anybody's interested, we'll do like a $50
Oh crap!
start on it, and
Yes, I
it
want to say
is
hi.
like I said, it's a 5x8, so a little bit bigger than the 4x6s that I usually sell. You missed a giveaway, Mooney,
Sorry, Mooney.
and now I'm doing an auction for this little drawing here. 5x8.
One little peck at a time is how
8x10
it kills a
matted
deer.
of a little killdeer standing in shallow water, or actually it was in mud flats, wet mud
But
flats.
y'all don't understand that bird's like this freaking tall. So, ooh, that'd be a terrifying bird.
One pick at a time is how.
Security compromise. Had to check passwords and all kinds.
Oh no.
Ugh. So, folks, let's do this. Let's do this auction. It's to help Pam out. What do you guys think? Is anybody interested? They are not Chapsky. I got a Chapsky out of that. Oh, Pam, I wish I could smoke right now. These guys don't like when you smoke inside.
Yeah.
That's all right.
What prison is it?
What's that?
What-
I said, what
prison?
prison is it?
La Quinta, I think.
It's rough, I hear.
Yeah, but I'm at the La Quinta. Yeah. I'm not really seeing anything about. Let's do the auction, Pam.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's interested.
Is anybody interested? If not, you'll have to go again. You'll have to hit them up on payday. You can bring dogs in the hotel in La Quinta. Maybe that's why I'm here. My company's smart.
You just need to get a dog. Take full advantage of your benefits.
That's right. I should. Charging my electric screwdriver. For those times that doing this is just too much. Electric screwdriver. I love my gadgets.
Is that a screwdriver?
It is a screwdriver
Wow.
with about a bazillion attachments. Like all those attachments, and then
Oh wow.
yeah. It's for my techie work. I gotta learn. I gotta take stuff apart.
Is it for like small stuff?
Yeah, I could take apart phones and 1980s McDonald's toys that used to have the triangle little bits. Yeah, I could take those apart. Computers, I can take computers apart. Yeah, anything really with small enough screws. Chap, big boys call that a drill. Those are called bits. Moonstone, that is not a drill. There is no drill attachment for my screwdriver. I suppose if you really wanted to, you could probably take one of the flathead, and you can't really. I don't even think it'll focus. It's that big.
Yeah, that's tiny.
You could probably drill with that. And it goes smaller.
So what do you do on the oil rigs? Do you work on technical stuff, or do you like do the grunt work, or what do you do?
Me? Oh, I
Yeah.
don't work on rigs. So we frack. So think of it like as a bunch of semi trucks just all lined up like this, and then a bunch of pipe going everywhere, and then I do all the wires and computers and everything for them.
Ah, okay. So that's what I was wondering, if you did the computer stuff or the grunt work.
Yeah. Well, I sometimes I do grunt work too. You've been fixing fences on your own with your drill, not an electric screwdriver. So full of myself right now.
Gentleman stunts.
Only
Can't
Oscars. I
buy
can't
anything at the bank besides if I move to China.
Fracking isn't just for natural gas. It's for any type of natural resource. Echo. I'm echoing.
What do they do when they? What is fracking? What do they do?
Basically, they drill a hole down, straight down, and so imagine like this is ground.
Yeah.
And, your water table's here, and then the shale you want is here. So they'll drill down past the water table, and they'll drill sideways into the shale. And
Okay.
then simple is they cement it and make it a tube, and then we send explosives down the hole, all the way down, and they'll set off a series of explosions. They'll pull out. We'll frack water and sand into the fractures. That's why they call it fracking, hydraulic fracturing, and then it basically makes perfs stay open or open more. And then the wire line, the guys that set the explosives, they'll go back into the hole. They'll set a plug and then back up and set off more explosions. Pull out. We'll frack it. They set another plug and rinse and repeat.
Okay, I can see why people got upset when they wanted to do that in Yellowstone Park. We had they wanted to do it around the edges of Yellowstone Park, and everybody was absolutely having a fit and got it shut down. But I can see where it'd be dangerous if you're like in a volcano. You don't want to be doing that shit.
Yeah, they're not going that deep, and a lot of people forget the fact that even though fracking can cause tremors, it's better than a big release of an earthquake. It's kind of like relieving pressure. I'm not saying fracking is good for the world, but if y'all stop driving your cars, I'll stop fracking.
Yep, that's it. I know. I don't know if they still do it, but I remember years ago they had one house I lived in was close to the highway, and they had like a whole line of trucks go by on the highway, and they were going really slow and thumping the ground, and then registering the waves, looking for oil that way. I don't know if they still do that or not, because that was many years ago.
The ground.
Yeah, they had like these great big metal things that were thumping the ground, and then they were registering the vibrations to try to figure out if there was oil underneath or whatever they were looking for. But I guess they like registered the vibrations and could tell what was underneath the ground.
Grasshopper, hey Chappie, can we get your hand? Can you get your hands on anything explosives? I cannot. You have to have a lot of clearance to be able to work wireline. The Oscars will go electric. No more fracking needed. I wish that were the case. I truly wish that were the case. To make plastics, you need oil.
Yeah, oil's used for a lot of
Oh
stuff.
yeah, it's used for a whole lot of stuff.
Yeah, most of it is fuel.
Wyoming, like a lot of the economy of Wyoming is based on oil. A lot of it, like most of it, most of the economy of Wyoming is based on oil.
And the problem with electric, solar, and wind, solar is nowhere near where. Let's use gasoline as an example of efficiency output. The sun taken in isn't the same as electricity put out as the amount of oil versus what it releases in power. Wind is roughly the same. It's it's a large rotating. They hit birds. None of it's 100%. And like I said, a lot of those polymers and plastics and stuff. Clothes you're wearing, if you're wearing polyester and stuff, it's terrible.
It's in so many products like Vaseline, petroleum jelly.
You have solar, you still have to pay tier 1. I think solar's great. I wish we could go full solar, but diodes, unfortunately. Fun fact.
Windmills are turning my frog gay.
LEDs and solar panels are the same thing, but they're the same thing. LEDs can be used as solar panels, and solar panels can be used as LEDs because they're all diodes. They're not very good at each other's job though. But yeah. Reduced your electric bill from 800 to 36. That's awesome.
So what are you doing in China, June? She said she's been spending a lot of time in China.
Oh. Yeah, what's going on in China? That's gonna be kind of cool. Reduced your electric bill from $800 to $36. Why is your electric bill $800 a month? That's crazy.
Yeah, that is. But I remember years ago, like at least probably 30 years ago, I had a couple electric bills that were $400 a month, which at the time was probably about the same as having an $800 a month bill now.
Was that like when electricity was invented, or?
Thanks, Chappie.
I
Oh my God, Bob, you got to quit rubbing off on Chappie.
I'm sorry.
You're hacked. Okay, just your money was there. That really sucks. That really sucks.
Yeah, that's really scary, actually. Speaking of
I hope
hacks,
you got that straightened out. That's horrible. I know. Oh my gosh, I had a horrible thing happen. It wasn't that bad as that. But just right when lockdown started in March of 2020, somebody got my credit card information. I'm pretty sure it was off of my debit card information. I'm pretty sure it was off of it. Amazon order that I did. I think somebody stole my numbers, but somebody tried to buy a bottle of wine at a little shop in Seattle, and they shut it down, and I had to get a new card. Well, all that's pretty normal, except for the fact that lockdown had just started and the banks were closed.
Oh,
Yeah, and
go F yourself, basically.
and then when they opened up, only the drive-through was open for a long time. So I waited in line forever in the drive-through to get a new card. And evidently they had somebody working in the bank that didn't know what they were doing. And I like waited a couple weeks and went back and waited a couple weeks and went back. It ended up finally one day when I went back, the lady that was at the window was a manager, and she got mad when I told her how long it had been. I've been waiting for a card and kept reapplying for a new card. And by this time it had been 6 months. For 6 months during the lockdown, I didn't have a debit card.
She got mad at you for that?
No, she got mad at whoever was working in the bank, and she put it through herself, and I finally got one. But it was like 6 months, and during the lockdowns, I couldn't order anything online. And if you remember, about the time the lockdown started, there was a shortage of change, so none of the stores wanted you to pay with cash. And I had to like go to the bank and get cashed out because I had no card, and I had to pay for everything with cash, and I couldn't order anything online. And
You tell people keep the change.
oh my God, it was the biggest pain in the butt ever. I mean, imagine going 6 months without a debit card.
Yeah, what happened? What was the change thing? Were people just keeping their pennies and not?
I think so. Yeah, the banks were everybody, all the stores were short on change, and they didn't want you paying with cash. But I had no choice because I didn't have a debit card. Plus, I couldn't order anything online. So in the middle of lockdown, if I wanted anything, I had to go inside the store to get it. And yeah, it was just kind of pretty awful.
Terrible. And remember, we are the same people that stockpile toilet paper. Oh, that's still very funny to me.
I've still got a nice bit of it stored up.
You were one of them, Bob? That's terrible.
One of them. When I saw
You're on
those
an allowance. Oh my God, that just sucks, June.
paper towels, napkins, paper napkins, anything you need.
Hi, Craig. Oh my God, that's so horrible, June. Like I said, I kind of know what you're going through because it was horrible what I went through with no debit card.
Definitely be wary of using your. Yeah, if you've got a smart chip on your card, use that. Don't swipe.
Oh no, the convenience store, the last job that I worked at before I retired and I'm just doing my art, the last convenience store I worked at, somebody went in and put one of those covers over the debit card machine to steal people's numbers. Yeah, we found it one day.
Yeah, those credit card skimmers are terrible.
Yeah, we found it, and then I got in trouble because I called the police department. And store policy, I guess, which I didn't know, nobody told me, but store policy was they didn't want anybody to know. They didn't want you to call the police department. But I refused to feel guilty about it because the police department checked everybody in town and they found about 4 more.
Yeah.
So I saved some people getting their credit card numbers stolen. So they were mad at me, but piss on them because I still think I did the right thing.
Yeah, they can be mad all they want. That was like one of the bars I go to. They fired a guy went during the whole pandemic because somebody came into the bar and they said, "Oh, I have it," or they called and like, "Oh, I just found out that I have it, and I was there last night." And he told people, and they fired him.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Oh my God, June, that's horrible.
Yeah. Um,
But yeah, they got all kinds of way, and I guess now they have like little things that they can hold in their hand and capture your PIN numbers and card number and stuff if they're standing close to you.
nah, it's not true.
That's not true. Oh, somebody
No.
told me that.
Yeah, no. Your credit card doesn't have a wireless feature.
Okay, that's good to know. That's
Um,
actually that makes me feel better because when I go out, I always make sure that I have my card inside of a metal case.
yeah. Um, I mean, well, okay. Here's the caveat to that, because your card kind of does have a wireless feature to it. Some of them, where people they just tap their card, they'll have the little the Wi-Fi thing. Using the RFID blocking uh, case prevents that.
I
Um,
know there was guys that were cut. This was a few years ago when I was working. There was a couple guys that had that like their card in their on their watch, and they just like tapped their watch on on our credit card scanner thing, and it would
yeah,
download their information. I thought that was kind of cool.
yeah, I can do it if I just double tap my phone. Oh, now it's asking for a password. But you can tap your phone, shake it a couple and then you tap it on the reader, and it'll pay for things.
Yeah,
And
but you never know who's gonna get your number because, like I say, when my card number was stolen, the only thing I had purchased with my card for like a good while was something on Amazon. And
so one of the
it
ways
does
you can,
happen because Amazon has, like all these little, I don't know what you'd call them, but all these shops that aren't really part of Amazon, but they sell on Amazon. And I know my cousin had bought something from off of Amazon that was some shop in Arizona, and that person stole his card. And they racked up over $5,000, which made it a bigger crime. And they went after him and caught him. But my cousin's card was shut off for a while and stuff while they were doing that. But it was somebody that had worked for the company. They were a checker at the company that he bought something from, and they copied his number and stuff down and then used it to go to other places and buy stuff. But they did catch him. So, there's advantages to modern technology and there's disadvantages.
For sure.
yeah, and it's it's very frustrating, unfortunately, because it's a technology that people rely on but do not know. Um, it's akin to going to a shady mechanic and him taking you for everything you got, and he told you your Volkswagen needs muffler bearings. You don't know. You're not a mechanical engineer.
Yeah, and they do that too. I remember when I was 19 and I had an old Chevy Impala station wagon. And it started dying when I'd come to a stop sign and stuff. It was dying. So I took it to a mechanic, and he called me in a couple days later. And, well, to set the background for this, my dad wasn't a mechanic, but he liked to play with stuff all the time. And at the time, he had been messing around with carburetors and taking his carburetor apart, and he was trying to figure out a way to get better gas mileage. So he was, playing around with his carburetor. And my dad had told me, I was a 19-year-old girl, but I remembered the one thing my dad told me is never ever let somebody sell you a new carburetor, because at the very worst you can get a carburetor rebuild kit. So I took my car to this mechanic, and he called me in, and when I walked in the door, he had one kid working for him, and the kid was turned bright red when he saw me, and he wouldn't look at me. Okay, so that's like a red flag right there. And then this old fat mechanic slob standing there telling me that I needed a new carburetor. And I said, what do you mean I need a new carburetor? What's wrong with it? And I said, why can't you get a carburetor rebuild kit? And he says, well, I can't. He said, and I said, well, exactly what's wrong with it? And he says, well, it's got a worn out gasket. And I looked at him and I said, you mean you can't cut a new gasket out of gasket paper to fix it if it needs a new gasket? And I said, I think you need to put my car back together because I'm taking it somewhere else. And the guy was like totally shocked and horrified that I even knew what a gasket was. But like I say, I'm not a mechanic, but I do know a few little things here and there from watching my dad. So I took it to another shop, and all it needed was a $20 starting solenoid.
Crazy.
Yeah, and the guy was trying to sell me a brand new carburetor.
It all falls back on integrity. People don't have integrity. And it's not just that. They also want the easy payday.
Yeah.
Right.
And they think that they see a 19-year-old girl and they think, oh, I can totally take advantage of her. You know?
So akin to that, like we were talking, hackers and stuff like that it's an integrity thing, and everybody's looking for
Easy
the
money.
easy payday. Bob, your camera's off, right, bud?
It's not off. I'm listening. I'm doing something on the Arts
He
app
put us in his
Slack that I
pants.
forgot to do today.
He does not. He's not wearing pants, so he turned the camera
okay.
No.
Good. Thank you, Bob. That was very. That was good thinking. This stream could have got a whole lot sexier, though. Sexier, whatever.
No. No. I don't know about that.
The easiest thing for them to do is nothing. Show you some old parts. Charge for new. Yeah. Mechanic.
Yeah, if I would have gone for the new carburetor, there's no telling if the guy would have just said he put in a new carburetor and charged me for one. You know?
It's terrible.
So when you find a good, honest mechanic, you stay very loyal to them.
But with that, sometimes an honest mechanic is an expensive mechanic.
Yeah.
I was talking to someone recently, and they're like, "Yeah, the mechanic, he's honest." And I'm like, "How much is he charging you to fix your?" She's like, $400 for an alternator. I'm like, "What? Is it in your differential? Because that's ridiculous."
Yeah.
The alternator does not go in your differential. Just remember that differentials.
I know. Last time I got an alternator, I was in Montana, and I forget how much they charged me for the alternator. It was a rebuilt one, but they wanted me to go home, and I said, no, I'll sit here and wait. I'll wait for it. And they charged me $279 labor, and it took them 20 minutes.
Yeah.
20 minutes. $279 labor for 20 minutes.
With that, mechanicing is also expensive because even if they're being honest, they charge book price, and sometimes book price is in your favor, sometimes it's in their favor.
Yeah.
Because some engineer said it takes 2.5 hours to install that alternator, but if it's an interior piece in the dash, that also takes 2.5 hours. So the mechanic just lost 8 hours of work to a 2.5 hour.
Yeah, the mechanic that I've been using, of course, I don't have any money for it right now. I need to get my truck in when I can, but the mechanic that I have here in Laramie, there's been 2 different times where he's fixed simple stuff on my truck and not charged me anything.
Yeah.
One time was a filter, and it wouldn't start, and he said a filter was plugged, and he just cleaned it out, and he wouldn't charge me anything for it.
Oh, you just blew it out?
Yeah, he just blew it out and didn't charge me for it. And I forget, there was another time it was a loose wire. I'd been out like 4-wheel driving on the back roads, And when I got up to the stop sign to pull back on the main road, I was stupid and took my foot off the clutch too soon and killed it, and it wouldn't start again. So I had to get a tow truck to tow me to the mechanics, and he said I just knocked a wire loose, and he didn't. He brought it back to the house for me, like I had a friend give me a ride home and figured I'd call him the next day, and he actually like drove my truck to my house for me and didn't charge me anything for fixing it. He said a wire had just come off. So
Well, there
sometimes
you
you
go.
find nice ones.
Yeah, most of the time, mechanics are like that. It's the business owners, because a mechanic could care less. I mean, they get paid by the book. It's depending on what the shop charges you.
Dee Dee, are you adopting Grasshopper? Is that the paperwork you're talking about?
Oh, that's awesome. Grasshopper needs a good home.
Yeah, it does.
Now, Grasshopper, watch out. Dee's stern, but it'll be a good home for you.
Maybe she can whip him into shape.
But yeah, so yeah, people can unfortunately be dishonest. I was talking to Pam earlier about one of my little devices. This little guy right here. Besides the 3 antennas, it's real innocuous looking. It doesn't look special at all. This little device will F your world up. It can.
What is it?
It is a Wi-Fi pineapple. Yeah, you see, look, Grasshopper knows. Grasshopper, you better stay out of this world. Basically, Bob, I can drive by your house and capture all of your neighbors' Wi-Fi addresses, right? And I know that you're a CEO of a powerful company. I then find you, let's say you work at home, right? And I want access to your home network. I find you out in the public, and I rebroadcast your home IP address, your home address. And your phone, not knowing any better, will connect to that wireless access point. It's supposed to have a 4 handshake authentication and only does 2. One being, hey, I'm your home Wi-Fi, and then 2 being, hey, here's the password to connect. Oh, I didn't connect. And there you go. I get the password. I have it. I'm learning it so I can do white hat hacking. So I can go to companies and say, hey, I can get your information, and this is how you can prevent against people doing what I just did to you. But yeah, it's real interesting stuff. I love my technology.
So basically, you're going to extort companies to.
No. So you go to the company first and you say, hey, I'm with a security firm, and or they'll contact you and say, hey, we want to be checked. We want you to get all our secrets. Chappie's more of a gray hat. No, I'm not a gray hat at all. But essentially, a deal is met. A deal is struck that the one, like the guy that hired you, usually a CEO or someone in charge, will say, all right, I won't interfere with you, or I won't alert people because this is supposed to be very real world. And then it wouldn't usually be the person that sold the job, because then the CEO is like, hey, I know that guy. But another guy would come in and using social engineering and cool little devices like this, get connected to their networks and steal their data, and then make a report and give them their data to prove that you've gotten their data, and then delete their data. because he just made a copy of it. And that's it.
I'm
And you
surprised.
tell them how you got to this, and then what they can do to prevent against it.
How do you get one of those devices?
Look up Hack 5. HAK5. Or go to YouTube, actually. Type Hack 5.
Jenny Lynn, did you get that little ball python you were thinking about?
Soul Taker, have a wonderful night.
Good night. Have a good one.
Yeah, Moonstone, I think it's really interesting. I'd love to get into the world of cybersecurity.
I hate rinsing sand. Hate it.
Rinse sand? What are you getting out of the sand?
The dust. If you're going to use sand, a lot of sand in an aquarium, you want to rinse it so that you don't end up like with super cloudy water from dust particles floating around. You want to get rid of all the super fine particles.
So how do you get rid of? Oh, you put it in a colander of some sort, and
yeah, or put it in a bucket and keep running water in it until the bucket's water is clear.
Oh, let it overflow from the bucket.
Yeah.
That
way you're getting rid of all the dust, but keeping the sand.
That's cool. Moonstone, did I miss the auction? Getting late over here.
No, I still have the drawing because nobody bid on it, but I'll show you guys again. We can see if anybody wants to bid on it. You missed the giveaway because I gave away a little drawing of a betta, but I have this drawing here, which is about 5 by 8. It's on handmade paper, so it's never exact measurements, but it's about 5 by 8, and it's colored pencil on handmade bark paper. And I'm going to mat it to an 8 by 10. And it's a killdeer. And it's colored pencil.
It's obviously it's a raptor. They're very large. They kill deers. It's known in the
actually, they're a pretty
Midwest.
small little bird, but they're a cool little bird.
They're mythical.
The reserve on it is $50 because it's a little bit bigger than most of the drawings that I put up for auction. So if anybody's interested, you can put a bid on it, and if not, then I'll just try it again another night.
Only Oscars. Get it clean, then the fish poop all over it. Makes sense in the context, but out of context,
they spit fire.
makes no sense at all. Jenny said, Bob, I have one. We just found it this evening on the Morph Market that I'm trying to not just buy it right now.
What the hell are you waiting on?
But basically, the reason I wanted to auction something off tonight is because I had to spend the money that I had set aside for mailing everything, and I had to spend it to fill out the rent money to pay the rent. So I need to get it back again so I can get everything sent. So that's why I'm trying to auction something off. But like I said, it's not. If nobody wants it tonight, I'll just try again another night.
Only Oscars is obviously a rapper, so that's kind of cool. Google says they're a super versatile little bird. It breathes fire. They're like this tall.
They're a really cool little bird. This one was in Yellowstone Park at Mammoth Springs in the little mud flats from the runoff from the volcano. So it's like semi-warm water, and they eat a lot of bugs. So they were it was like going through the mud flats looking for bugs. but they're really cool little birds, and they're like water shore birds. And when they nest on the ground. And um, if a predator or a person gets close to their nest, they'll start making a noise that sounds like they're saying killdeer, and they'll start squawking, and they'll like drag one wing like they have a broken wing, and they'll lead the predator away from their nest, and then when the predator is far enough away, then they'll fly off. Do I do fish? Yes, I just gave away a betta tonight, and I've done other fish too. Only
Pam does
Oscar
people
has a
too.
drawing coming really soon. As soon as I get money to get to the post office here, only
Um,
Oscars has a really cool drawing of an Oscar.
Pam does fish and people and birds
People, yes, and birds and
and
animals.
mammals and reptiles. And I'm still trying to get her to draw that Bigfoot. I remember that story. I'll get her to do it one of these days. And you guys are lucky. Pam could be doing that crazy cartoon porn stuff that people love, making billions of dollars doing that. She's sticking to the seriously. Those artists, it's like the art is so depraved, Pam. It's like disgusting, right? But they can't stop because the pay is so well.
I've sent stuff to Australia before, Craig. I could totally do that. I sent a big drawing of Aquamate's dad. I did a drawing for him, and then I've sent a lot of those little cards to Australia. There's a lot of stuff in Australia right now.
Only
Yeah,
Oscars.
I saw a Bigfoot before on the Oscars. I know they're out there.
I really think Pam should draw it from her noodle. At least give us a little sketch, Pam. What do you got? You got some paper? She can sketch it. What you got?
What was I was gonna say something. There was something, and now I don't remember.
About Australia?
No, it wasn't about
Bigfoot?
Australia.
Or Bigfoot in Australia? What about a drop bear? Can Pam draw a drop bear? Shabby, Mrs. Miss.
Kenny's auction. Yeah,
Oh. What did Kenny sell?
I got it. And some of his art.
Was there a Bigfoot involved?
Nope.
Oh.
I actually can't remember what the piece was I got.
Oh, I know what I was gonna say. I think some of you have heard this already, but when I lived in California, my landlord wanted me to do a drawing for him. He was into the I'm not sure what you call it, but it was like pony stuff.
Oh, the furry.
Like him and his partner, like they would take turns. One of them would be the pony, and the other one would be the rider. And they had like little saddles and bits and everything that they used.
Mm-hmm.
And he wanted me to do a drawing of him and his partner, but I just couldn't quite bring myself to do it. He said, if you do this, everybody in our club will see it, and you'll have like a lot of business. And I'm like,
Yeah. You're basically selling your soul, but you would have made a buttload of money.
Yeah. Yeah, like ooh, trigger, yep.
I broke the seal. I'm gonna go smoke too, so I got to go down 3 flights of stairs.
I didn't do the drawing though, but yeah, that was a missed opportunity. I passed on that one.
Pam, artists call that integrity, but the rest of the world calls that silly. You do what you do to get paid.
Yeah.
I will be right back. I will be on my phone watching the chat.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know what they call it, but Grasshopper might know. He's kind of up on stuff like that. But yeah, it was they had little saddles. They'd buy little saddles and bits and whips and all that good stuff.
That was probably his partner, Grasshopper. Is that where you got the nickname? Oh.
Horseplay. Yeah, that sounds right. I think that is what it's called, is horseplay.
Oh yeah, the first watercolor. I probably ought to email him. I sent him the payment for it. I know he got it because it said he did, so I'm sure I'll hear from him. It'll pop up one day.
Yep, horsing around. Yep. No, it's not that you're a degenerate. It's that you're younger than I am, and younger people, like my kids, know all that stuff, and I don't. And they aren't involved in it, but they know what it is. It's like, but I'm of a different generation where people, they might have done that kind of stuff, but it wasn't talked about as much. So people of a younger generation know that, what that stuff's called anyway.
Kinky. Kink.
Now, if you show up on my live stream with mouse ears and a bit in your mouth, that would be something else. Then I'd call you a degenerate.
Well, I guess I'll take the bit back then.
People nowadays are definitely more freaky. Yeah, they probably are. There might have been some of that stuff when I was growing up, but you didn't hear about it. Now you hear about all kinds of stuff. And my kids will start talking about different sexual orientations, and I have no idea what they're talking about. It's like I know some of them, but like binary and stuff like that, it's like I get way confused. It's like, okay. But kids know all that stuff, and I don't.
Speaking of weird, did I ever tell you that I dated a girl that had a twin?
That had a what?
Twin.
A twin?
Yep.
And?
Well, they were pretty easy to tell apart. Kathy always wore red nail polish, and Bob had a penis.
Oh my God. Okay, Bob, never mind.
I heard that somewhere, and I'm like, I'm going to say that on Pam's screen.
Oh my God.
Red nail polish, and I think it was Steve, not Bob. Steve had a penis. We don't want to know, Pam.
Yep, that's it. That's it. I don't really want to know.
I've got one for Chappie when he comes back so we can see his face.
Oh dear. I knew a set of twins when I was a teenager, and they were it was kind of an odd thing because they ended up, I think they were swapping. Remember swapping? I don't know if people still do it. I imagine they do. But they ended up, they both divorced their husbands and married each other's husbands, which I always thought was a little bit odd. You know what I mean? Like they were married and then they each got a divorce and like switched husbands and got married again.
I've heard of people doing that before. And
then there was also a girl that I went to school with whose father got arrested and he went to prison for molesting her. And then when he got out of prison, the girl that I went to school with married him, and her mother married the girl's boyfriend. So, whatever floats your boat, yep.
I'm kind of surprised he made it through prison. Please tell Bob I sent him an email on the snake I was talking about. Please tell Bob. Tell me, Pam.
Says Jenny Lynn sent you an email on the snake she was talking about.
Oh, okay. Oh, you mean the current one? Oh, okay.
I'm my own grandpa. Yeah, I remember that. That was a. Who did that song? Was it John Denver? That song, I'm my own grandpa.
I don't remember that one.
You don't remember that one?
No.
I don't remember who did it.
Who was it that called Chappie handsome a while ago? I don't remember who now. From the Stupids movie. Oh, okay.
Yep,
Oh,
folks have
yeah.
always been depraved. Yep, to a certain point, yes. I gotta see who did that song.
Tom Arnold. Grasshopper knows all the pervy stuff.
Oh, Willie Nelson.
Uh-oh. Hey, Sandy. Working and lurking? Working late.
Hi, Sandy. Dee Dee said that he was entertaining, but he is handsome. Yes, Chappie's a good-looking chap.
Okay, I'm glad she said that. So now that gives me some meaning, a basis for the joke. You must be smoking and smoking and smoking. Grasshopper, I don't get in private with you, remember? Last time? Mm-hmm. There's 3 people now. June, Grasshopper, and Dee Dee. Only if so ladies think you're handsome.
Only us old ladies think you're handsome. Okay, are we out of stuff to talk about?
I'm going to tell that Jeff when he can talk.
Oh, yeah. Grasshopper says you and him played Find the Snake.
I told you something's wrong with that boy, Pam.
I set up my 134 tank with heaps of wood and wood coming out of the top of the tank. Put air ferns all over it. Oh, that sounds cool.
Hello.
Us older ladies know things. Yes, we do, Dee Dee. Yes, we do.
Now, if I could just find some younger ladies that find me handsome, I'm good.
There you go.
um,
What are you
the
doing?
last thing I saw, you keep rolling over that dog, don't you? That poor dog.
No, I don't know what she's up to.
The last thing I
missing a
saw
toe.
in the YouTube chat was Grasshopper saying, "I'm sorry, I'm such a degenerate."
Saying what?
Grasshopper was a degenerate. All right, I got it. I got it updated again. We're back.
What are you doing? Oh, what are you doing?
So, Chappie, do you know
Yes,
what
sir.
they call it when? You know what they call it when three people have sex?
When three people have what?
Sex.
Sex. Sex.
Oh.
You remember sex, don't you?
Vaguely. It's called a threesome.
Right. So what do they call it if two people have sex?
Just sex.
No,
What's that?
it would be a twosome.
Okay.
And that's why they call you handsome.
Handsome? Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, how's he gonna do it? How is he gonna Oh man. You got me, Bob. You got me. That was good. I am not drinking this beer fast enough. I do want to get drunk. Still killing ants, not winning the war. What? What's happening?
Oh, I know about some Plecos that were sold to me as clown Plecos, and they're not. I had maybe more people now, but at least two people tell me they're not. So I have no idea what they are.
You bought clown plecos, and they are not clown plecos.
Right?
Do they have funny makeup and
They
big
don't.
shoes?
They don't. That should have been a clue, right?
It should have been. Do they like to get into small vehicles?
They like to get in a long, skinny tube together.
I mean, and now it's masturbation talk in the chat. That's good.
That's the natural.
It's the natural order of the chat.
Yes.
Oh, oh, you depraved souls.
Carmela.
I need to stop yawning. I could drink an energy drink right now. I mean, I do have to stay awake.
Would you look at my video and see if they look anything like them? They don't. But I know there are super clowns also, but I don't know the L numbers on any of these. So that's why when you're getting just a like a breeder term or a storage term, you don't know what you're getting actually. I'm not talking about Dan's. I'm saying the ones I got.
Is that where the song "Keep Your Hands to Yourself" came from? quite possibly. Where did you get them? I'm guessing Bob.
PetSmart. PetSmart.
Oh yeah, then they probably screwed you.
Oh, I remember that song, Keep Your Hands to Yourself. Wasn't that the flip side? That was an old song, Diddy. That was back on the 45s. On the other side, it said, it was spread your legs, you're breaking my glasses. That one never made it to the that one never made it to the radio though.
Who sang that?
I don't know whoever sang the other one. It was on the flip side.
We are all on the internet right now. It is nothing for anybody to Google.
Spread your legs, you're breaking my glasses.
That's oh. Bob, you remembered our song. Sweet.
Both of them.
Oh.
Didi said she's getting tired and delicious. I mean, delirious.
Oh, Bob. Don't ever change, bud. The twins joke got me pretty good downstairs. Bob.
Yeah. Pam never would say, did you ever get them mixed up or did you have trouble telling them apart? She never would give me the lead in.
Oh yeah. Red nail polish and well,
The in the joke they didn't say penis, of course, but it was a little more.
I think penis is funnier though.
Yeah, it made the point.
It might be delicious, but it's clean, damn it, I swear. Oh, there you go.
Did he be dropping those quarters in the air and water hoses on the lot, truck stop lot?
I don't get it.
He's a lot lizard, you know.
Dropping quarters though?
In the water and the air hose things at the truck stop. You know, you have to put water in to get air and to get water. Oh well. Quarters in.
They do credit cards now too.
There you go.
Easier than ever.
June says she got flower horns just to say cock over and over again.
Why?
Flower horns are a fish that has they have like a big lump on their head that everybody calls a cock.
Yeah. I think that's the official name for it.
Let's see. Fire horn?
Flower horn.
Flower horn. Flower horn cichlid?
Yep.
Oh, they've got a large noggin.
I wonder where the term flower horn came from.
Wikipedia will probably tell me. Flower horn cichlids are an ornamental aquarium fish noted for their vivid colors and the distinctively shaped heads for which they are named. Their head protuberance is formally called nunchi. That's not even an English word.
That's why people just call it a cock.
Nuchal hump. Like blood parrot cichlids, they are hybrids that exist in the wild only because of their release. They come from Malaysia in the 90s.
Nuchal hump. Nuchal. So that, I don't know.
I'm not seeing anything about cock. Oh, in captivity, there are several ways in which breeders distinguish between males and female flower horns. Generally, the males are larger than females, but some more exceptions. Males have the cock or the nuncle hump on their foreheads. So it's called a cock. It
That
didn't say
word, that
anywhere
word is
before that.
that word is nuchal.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Nuchal. That one I know. Yeah, nuchal.
That's a weird word. I will be sure to forget that. Where did my chat go? There is my chat go. So there you go. Chappie reads stuff. I've got more screwdrivers on my desk than I know what to do with.
Ham's going to get demonetized now for all the talks on here.
Hopefully.
It won't be the first time I've been demonetized, believe me. I've been demonetized. I've had streams demonetized before.
Do they tell you why?
No, it'll just like on the when you look at it on
In studio?
in the studio, yeah, it'll go from green to yellow to red.
Oh.
On the monetization button. Yeah, I've had a lot of them turn yellow, and I've had a couple turn red.
Dee Dee and Freaky Fish Lady are going crazy about their cocks.
And I don't understand it because I'm so sweet
Yeah.
and innocent and never say anything.
It's true. Pam doesn't do anything. She's not the ringleader of the circus or anything like that.
Ham, you should show that video I sent you.
Uh-oh. Bob, you had a smirk on your face. It's
She did show it.
Chappie missed the last one. I should show the last one again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Show me. What do you got?
I was at a local called the Shake Shack, and they have awesome food, and all the orders are big. They have that soft serve ice cream on the cone, and I looked over at these gals that were sitting beside me, and I had to make a video. You'll die when you see this. There's a lot of sun reflection on their window that if you just focus on what they're doing inside the car, it's a hoot. Talking about cocks.
Oh, here goes nothing.
Yeah. See their ice cream cones?
Uh-huh.
Man's in the back eating.
He's probably enjoying every second of watching that.
Well, if you can see closer what they've done, the cones actually look like a...
Yeah, I see that.
And I'm like, there were kids out playing out. I mean, it's just a drive-in, a family drive-in,
Bob, how do you think families are made? I mean, not by ice cream cocks.
Not by sitting in the car doing... there's a word for that,
but maybe later that night, the guy in the back, and they made babies. Who knows?
Not those gals. They were my age.
With crazy advances in medicine, older and older people every day are having children much later into their... we're still watching them. Just like...
Oh, yeah, one of my... Oh, well, I didn't touch you. You're such a drama queen.
She's only got 3 toes left.
Poor dog. It's
June
rolling
says
around like
corn dogs have the same effect. That's like one of my favorite things to tell people, because being an older woman, I have lots of advice for people. And one of my genuine nuggets of good advice is never, ever look somebody in the eye when you're eating a banana.
Oh no, that's where we're wrong. We're different. I make sure I make eye contact. I like it to be as awkward as possible.
I could have had a banana with my nuts.
I saw a video, and it was this dude, and he was eating a banana, but the way he would do it, he'd break it off and then shake it in his hand, and then pop it in his mouth, just so he didn't have to be seen eating a banana.
Eating a banana.
I'm not going to read that out loud. Grasshopper. You get yourself in trouble.
Let me time him out. You time him out, Pam. Pam, you have to. Oh my God.
Okay, him and June are both going to go. That's it.
See y'all next week, maybe.
Oh,
My Nana was 54 when she had her last kid. Hey, I was 42.
Corn
I
dog.
was 42 when I had my last one, and the doctor asked me if I wanted to get my tubes tied after she was born. And I looked at the doctor and I said, "What do you think? This is my 4th child and I'm divorced. So probably yes."
so there's hope for me. I'm only 40, so there's that.
Ow.
Yep. When my youngest was born, I was 42, and my second youngest was 12, and my oldest was 18.
He deleted it.
Grasshopper doesn't know when we're picking on him. He actually got scared.
He deleted it. Shit. Yep.
No, I knocked up a lady. No, and like when I did, my life changed like a lot. It made a big difference. A lot changed. My name, where I lived. Oh. I don't think I have kids. I don't
You would
know.
make a good father.
Oh, the first time that little bastard back tuck, I'd fling him across the room. Probably not fling him, but I would be.
Some
I
kid
would be.
named George something. I can see him now, but I can't remember his last name. But his mother had a baby, and she was 60 years old.
Oh.
All the teachers, and they were talking in front of us little kids about it. I mean, I didn't grow up on a farm, but I was on a farm all the time. I mean, we knew her. But she had a baby at 60 years old.
I would have been capable of having a baby until I was 60.
Well,
I wouldn't have gotten my tubes tied.
He was in 2nd grade, so she had to be, 52 or 3 or something like that. And
Did the baby come out like paying taxes and like a cigar and like a 401k and gray hair or something? No, if you think about it, sure. As long as you got the Ghibli bits down there, and I wonder why women don't talk to me.
I went to school with some kids, the Cambergs that lived in town where I grew up, and there was 29 kids in their family. And every year, all the way through school, every year above and below me was sets of twins and triplets.
Oh wow.
Every year.
That poor lady's vagina looked like a mini skirt.
Yeah. And what was really amazing about it, out of 29 kids, there was one girl.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
Was their dad Paul Bunyan?
I don't know, but they were dirt poor. I remember that. They were dirt poor.
I mean, one of them.
Their dad would come out every summer. I picked strawberries because that was before the child labor laws. So starting from kindergarten, I'd go out every summer and pick strawberries for money. And their dad would always be in the field with a bunch of the boys picking strawberries, and they'd all give the money to him at the end of the day.
Wow.
Now that would be okay. I wouldn't mind having kids if I could make money from them like that. Are you sure her new baby wasn't from a cousin or friend that came? Well, there was no talk about that. This was in Athens, Tennessee, up the road. I mean, everybody was talking about it, but like I said, he was, 7 years old. So she had him when she was in her 50s. I remember my mother talking about it. I don't know.
So in 2019, I don't want to butcher this poor woman's name. At the age of 74, she gave birth to twins in India.
Yeah.
Hey, George.
Hey, George. And I think it was in India that a 6-year-old gave birth.
Yeah. Yeah.
To a baby.
Lena Medina. Yeah, that's actually really bad, actually. How old was she? She was, because she gave birth age 5 years old.
That is really sad.
That's disgusting and extremely, extremely sad.
What are you selling, George? Sorry.
Trash cat, hello. You are late. I should be stopping the stream here pretty soon. It's been a couple hours.
Oh, has it? I got to get up and get this things done and get in bed.
Yeah, 3 hours, 52 minutes, and 53 minutes. Hello, Trash Cat. Trash Cat, is that like a raccoon? Is that a trash cat? But they got little hands, so maybe it's just a cat in a dumpster. I don't know. Sure, my friend. All caps. All cats are dumpster divers. I mean, I suppose if you let them out of the house or don't keep your trash closed.
Yep, we have to watch the cats here now in Laramie because they're spreading the plague.
Yeah, what was that?
As in, like, the Black Plague, seriously, is in Laramie. They've been having a lot of the stray cats die and stuff. And they're telling people if your cat goes outside, don't let him sleep in the bed with you and da-da-da-da-da. Because, of course, it's transferable to people.
There was a pretty crazy story I was reading at the beginning of the pandemic about it was blue jays and like real pretty birds, and they were dying in the East Coast. Oh, look at the snaky. Is the snaky sleeping? Nope. Nope. It just moved its head.
It's a three-headed snake. No, there are three of them in a pile. That one yawned.
I love how Bob goes from it's a three-headed snake to no, I'm just kidding. You know, I don't want to get perjury. It's three in a pile.
Yeah. Those three always hang together. And that one's peeping out of the hut down there.
Oh, there's one at the bottom.
Yeah, down in that hut. It's peeping out. Oh, he went back in.
Can't quite see it, but that's all right.
Yeah, he went back. He went back.
Oh, okay.
Hey, babies.
I feel like those three snakes are like talking crap about Earl or whatever his name is in the cave by himself.
Probably, yeah.
Right.
Poor guy.
Probably.
And he wants to listen to his books and music on his own. He doesn't need
Right.
the pressures of being in a snake orgy, a snorgy, I believe that's what they're called.
Right.
Chappie, you kind of resemble Dave Grohl. I get that.
You do now that. Who said that?
Trash Cat did. Yeah, I mean, long hair, white guy. I see that.
Yeah.
George asked, so Bob, are you streaming tomorrow as well?
Actually, I told Pam earlier that I'm going to have my annual diabetic retinal exam done. So my pupils will be dilated at 4. So I don't know if I'm going to feel like looking at a computer screen.
Bob, just stand there. You have to have a co-host to read all the comments to you, and I'd love to see your crazy eyes.
So Pam, well, you're not supposed to be looking at bright light or anything like that for a while. So you see old people wearing those dark plastic glasses.
Oh yeah, the old people cool glasses.
Yeah, I'll be wearing those, but I have to go back to the Ark and finish up after that. So
Oh geez.
yeah.
Turn all the lights real low. Folks won't know what's going on. I bust my ass at work. I'm sweating and greasy and dirty, and you think like beer would taste like great right now. It's not tasting that good.
Well, I have I had probably about 3 shots of Fireball, and it's starting to make me sleepy.
Oh, 3 more, you'll do a backflip.
Yeah.
With no shirt on, so find that balance.
Oh.
Grasshopper, I'm not sure what you said there. I look like the captain of the SS Stabbin'. Have a Diet Dr. Pepper and some weed. I don't know who that's for. Damn? Do you smoke the weed?
No.
Bob, do you?
Not since I was a lot younger than I am now.
Bob, do you smoke the weed?
Oh, not for probably 30 years.
Yeah, that's about
30, 45 minutes.
Yeah. I'm smoking it now.
What? Bob's doing edibles. Those THC infused grapes. Those are actually snake eggs, folks. That's how Bob keeps the population down.
That's something that's changed a lot since I used to smoke. Like everything's different about it now. And we didn't have edibles, but I used to make brownies, if that counts.
Yeah. I mean, I was talking to a friend about this. Like, I had weed a few months ago, and one puff like messed me up. Like, and like when I was a kid in the '90s
Hmm.
and in early 2000s, weed was not that strong,
Right.
No, it didn't used to be as strong, and
and then
you
it
didn't
just
have all the different things made out of it and stuff. Like say, I used to
oh
make
man.
brownies with it, but the problem with making brownies is that you'd eat a couple brownies and you'd get the munchies, and you have a whole tray of brownies sitting in front of you, you know. And after a while, you're like deeply engrossed in your shoelaces.
I mean, don't do that with the THC butter they have now, because then you'll be trying to find molecules of air, count the molecules of air. Um, oh, looks like my fish sandwich is almost ready. Um, Bob, do you think those fish would go good with a tartar sauce or lemon butter?
Paku are supposed to be real tasty.
Um,
Oh, I ate all of the mix. I was going to give them some of those nuts I was eating.
whoops. Yeah, farm raised Paku. I mean, come on.
Yep.
Bob's doing it right. How old is that fish right there, do you think, Bob? That white one.
About 3 years old. Stop.
Did someone
Look at all
fart
the
or
waves they
something? What
just.
happened?
I have no idea what happened. If a leaf drops outside, that's how skittish those paku are. Look at all the stuff they stirred up.
Yeah. Bob needs to rinse his sand. Um, hubby wants an Oscar
Needing
filet
what?
sandwich. Uh,
Oh,
I wonder how that would taste.
an Oscar? I don't know. I've only
Uh,
got the one that's already missing an eye, so I couldn't charge
Oh,
for
I
a full
used to
Oscar.
love fish fillet sandwiches
Yeah.
until one time I got one at a Burger King, and it gave me the most horrible food poisoning. I
Mm.
was like sick for like 5 days. It was
wait,
horrible.
you got to switch to McDonald's fish fillets now.
No, I don't trust any of them now.
No, no, no. It's okay.
What's wrong, Franny?
Um, Trash Cat, Fireball Pumpkin Pie sounds delicious till you realize that you're wasting precious, precious Fireball.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, Bob, I'm not a big fish eater. I really not. I want fish when I want fish. But I look at your pocket, I'm like, damn, that fish looks delicious.
I've
Oh,
got to.
fish tacos are wonderful. If you go down down
Hey,
close to the border or in LA, you can get some great fish tacos. Oh my
that
god.
just sounds nasty.
Oh, it's so good.
Fish tacos sounds nasty.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fish tacos really good if you get them, if it's done proper.
Yeah, they're really good.
Because there's a lot of lime and cilantro and stuff. It's
Mm.
Yeah, they're so good. They are so good.
I don't even like chicken
But I wouldn't
tacos.
try one here. I wouldn't try one in Wyoming. I mean, it's not the right country to get anything like that. Like I said, I stopped at a restaurant one time in two different restaurants actually, 2 times in Montana, and tried to get a breakfast burrito, and they served it with smothered with country gravy. They covered my breakfast burrito with country gravy, sausage gravy.
was it white gravy?
Yes.
Well, at
Yeah.
least it was white gravy.
Yeah, but I ordered like extra sour cream and salsa on the side, and they put gravy on it. Gravy, salsa, and sour cream do not go together. I'm sorry, but no.
No.
But in
No.
LA, oh my God, the breakfast burritos in LA were absolutely fabulous. I mean, with chorizo and everything. And oh my God, they were so good.
Yeah, burritos out here are pretty good.
And the street tacos in LA are absolutely the best. They'll have them like they set up on a corner and they have like pork that's like sliced super thin and on a spool and going around the fire and they marinate. I don't know what they marinated in, but it's really good. And then you just pull in. It used to be $1 a taco. Then they'd have a picnic table set up with cilantro and cheese and onion and the tortillas, and then slap a piece of pork on it, and you'd make it yourself. And oh my God, they were so good, so good.
Bob, what kind of fish is the orange one?
Sebrum.
Because I'm not saying it doesn't
So
look
are those.
delicious. I mean, I'd probably eat it, but not as good as the white one.
Yeah. My Sebrums are all old, so I got some juveniles I've grown out from little ones. They're getting there. Trying to get him to. There he comes. Come on, Bubba. Come on.
I used to have a cookbook full of recipes using weed. It had brownies and all kinds of stuff in it.
I'm shocked, Pam.
Spaghetti sauce. It was pretty good.
Sauce?
Yeah.
I mean, that's
brownies was my standby though. I'd always make brownies.
That's messed up. Spaghetti sauce that gets you high.
Yeah.
You wouldn't stop eating it.
Yeah.
That actually sounds good.
Pops called me a hop heap, smoking those hops. Funny guy.
Who did?
I'm not sure what's happening in chat. I'm just reading stuff now.
And I used to have this pipe, Chappie. It was like a friend of mine modified it for me. He took like a pipe and then he had a screw on. I think it was the top of a propane bottle that had like 2 tubes coming out of it.
Is this a story about how you used to smoke weed out of the pickles?
Yeah, you'd hook it up to a fish tank motor with a tubing,
Oh my God!
You put that on one of the spouts, and then you'd light it up and everything, and get the motor going. And then when you covered up the other hole, it would shoot out the stem like this, like a shotgun of smoke. It was a good party pipe. It was a damn good party pipe.
Pam, was your bong water aquarium water, so your fish got high too?
No.
I mean, how do we know that fish don't like to get high?
I don't know. They might.
Did
I ever show you what I did to my daughter?
Oh, with her bong?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I think axolotls look like they like to get high. And mud skippers too. Pam, you still have the mud skippers?
Yeah. I've got one of them. One of them died, and I've got one of them. I had 2, and I lost one of them.
He lost his friend. I think mud skippers are pretty cool fish.
They are. They're awesome.
What happened to Jesse? Does he still pop on every now and then?
Very rarely.
Got to get him to send you more mud skippers. He's the one who sent them to you, right?
Yeah.
He had to break down had to move. I forget why. Pam, you might remember.
I don't remember why, but he had to break down his whole fish thing.
Yeah, had to move down. He was renting it, I think, and I don't know. They had to move for some reason. It sold, or I don't know.
Yeah, you think people spend years in y'all's hobby building up these elaborate mazes of their house, and
Not
you
me.
got to tear it all down. How do you
Not
do
me.
that?
Not me. I asked him to come on the Tennessee Fish Mafia, and he thought about it, and then he said I just wasn't ready to guest on anything.
When was this?
Oh, 3 or 4 months ago.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I need to hit him up on Facebook. Is that how you got a hold of him?
I can't remember. I'm always trying to get somebody you don't see that much, and
You can get Elvis or Bigfoot.
that knows things, you know.
I'm sure Elvis and Bigfoot know things.
That new guy that impersonates Elvis on the Instagram looks a lot like him.
Yeah, this is a lot of you have seen this. This is my daughter left her vase sitting on the kitchen table. I got home late from work and it was sitting on the kitchen table and she was in bed, so I just like put it in the cupboard, and the next night when I got home I brought home some flowers for her vase.
That's sweet.
It's very decorative.
It looked very pretty.
That she was pissed.
Is there a little flower sticking out the choke there?
No.
Should I?
It was funny though because she got up the next morning, and I was sitting there with my coffee, and she got up and she walked past the table to get herself some coffee, and she glanced over and she said, "Oh, somebody got you flowers." And then she like did a double take and she's like, "What the fuck, Mom?" And then we were both laughing so hard we were crying. And all I said to her was, I said, "Don't leave your shit on the table."
One of my favorite videos is of this mom that this kid gets a package and his mom knows what it is and he's opening it and he's like, "Oh, it's supposed to be this and this," and he's like, "I don't know what it's clearly a bong." He's like, "I didn't order this. I have no idea what this is." It's a young person lying. Like I realize when I look back now, 20, 25 years ago when I'm trying to tell a lie or something. Shit, 30 years ago. Like how stupid you look when you tell a lie.
Yeah,
And
I remember I went over to my parents. I was about 19, and I went over to my parents' house for dinner with them. And I had like a roach clip. I don't know if people still know what a roach clip is. You know what a roach clip is?
the test lead.
No, it's like a clip that holds the roach when it gets down to like so that you
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
burn.
So your fingers don't get burnt.
To doobie
Yeah.
size.
So it was like one of those India gods with all the arms, and then it had a clip on the bottom. It was a necklace. And I wore that over to my parents' house, and I was having dinner, and my dad looked over at me, and he's like, "What's that around your neck?" And I said, "Well, it's a necklace." And he's like staring at me, and he says, "What's the clip on the bottom of it?" I said, "It's just part of the design." And he looked at me and he says, "Well, it goddamn well better not be a roach clip unless you want to end up in the hospital." And I just about spit my food all over the table.
That sounds like child abuse to me.
Well, Bob. Oh man.
Oh my God, I got to tell you a story though, because this was really funny. A girlfriend and I, when I was like in my 20s, I'd gone over to her house and she was driving me back home again. And we were on the freeway between the Dalles and Hood River in Oregon. And we smoked a joint. And the ashtray was like overflowing with cigarette butts, right? So we smoked this joint and it got down to the like where you needed a clip for it or whatever. So we put it out and we got down the freeway a little ways and she's driving and she says, "Pam, it's still smoking." So I'm like, because she was seeing little whiffs of smoke on the dash, So I was like smashing against the ashtray, trying to make sure it was all out. And I couldn't feel any hot spots, but I was like smashing, trying to make sure it was totally out and everything.
Yeah.
We got down the freeway a little ways further, and she's like, I'm still seeing whiffs of smoke. It's still smoking. So I'm like, digging through the ashtray and smashing, trying to make sure everything's out. And I said, I'm pretty sure it's out. And we got down the road a little ways, and all of a sudden she says, Jesus Christ. And she pulls off the road and jumped out of the car because her pants were on fire. She dropped ash on her jeans and was like slowly like burning a hole in her jeans. She was smoldering. Oh my God, I laughed so hard. That was so funny.
Used to have so many shirts with burns on them.
Yeah.
Bob Sky said, Bob, the angels are.
Thank you, Sky Dancer.
They are very pretty fish.
They are. I love the blue ones.
In the food industry, we call those poppables. You just throw them in the fryer, a little bit of lemon butter, and you can just, they're chewable. They're bite size.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Call them angel bites. I like that one with the orange.
Yeah, that's my favorite one in there.
That's real pretty. Nuggets, yeah,
with
there
the
you
blue
go.
fins with the orange, that is really pretty. Do you eat sushi, Chappie?
I do, yeah.
Oh, good, because I love sushi. A lot of people think it's disgusting, but oh my God, I love sushi. Occasionally, I'll even make it myself, but
I mean, I won't eat it at a gas station.
No.
oh no.
I mean, I did live in Japan for a couple years, so that was like if you're in Japan, you gotta eat sushi.
Oh,
It's gotta be like a
oh
little
my God, I
plate.
bet sushi was really good.
Yeah.
I love me some good sushi, but man, it's expensive. That's an expensive night out if you go have sushi.
It's crazy when you think about it because fish isn't exclusively expensive. It's when you don't cook it, it's expensive. I mean, because it's a trendy food, right?
Yeah. It's somewhat labor intensive. I mean, you don't just slap
sure.
it in the pan, You got to lay it all out and roll it up and everything, cut it.
You got to make that rice,
Yeah, the jasmine rice.
Y'all are making me hungry.
Bob,
I'll make it every once in a while, but even buying ingredients for it is expensive because you can't just buy raw fish. It has to be safe so that there's no worms or anything in it. It has to be frozen at a certain temperature for a couple weeks.
How
So,
do you know it's not
like you buy like fish that's specifically for sushi if you want to be like safe about it.
I'm a 90% veggie. So only Oscar says I'm a 90% veggie. I can't overthink the food. If I do, I'm done. Then you need weed, but lots of weed, and don't think about what you're putting in your mouth.
That's the mystery Plecos there.
I haven't even eaten anything today. It's because when it's so hot like this, I have no appetite.
Oh, I had Taco Bell.
We got 2 more days of bad heat, and then the temperature is going to plummet. It's going to go from 89 degrees on Thursday to like 54 for a high on Friday. Like, yay, I can't wait.
You break out your big pot and throw some meat and veg in there, and then have yourself a beef stew. That sounds delicious right now.
It does sound great.
Not with the heat. I don't like a beef stew when it's hot, but that temperature drops. Oh, you give me a real meaty beef stew.
Chili.
It's on.
You like chili, Chappie?
Oh yeah, I love me some chili.
Yeah.
I do love me some chili. Hell, what is it? Just yesterday or the day before? We did smoked ribs. Is that an axolotl?
Yeah.
Look at that little guy. I've never seen him before. I don't think they taste good. They don't look like they taste good.
She's about to pop with eggs again. Look how fat she is.
You ever have Rocky Mountain oysters,
Yeah.
June? I used to love me some Rocky Mountain oysters. I'd always help the neighbors with their branding, and they'd give me a big, like a gallon jar of them all cleaned up and ready to go. They were
That
so good.
that's not oyster.
Hmm? Rocky Mountain oysters. That's calf balls.
Yeah, that sounds disgusting.
Oh, they're really good. They're like a real tender piece of meat.
Tongue,
Really good.
cow tongue is tender. I'll
Oh,
eat
She
cow
that.
eats
tongue.
us.
I used to years ago. It's not anymore because it's become popular. But years ago, when my kids were little, cow tongue was like one of the cheapest pieces of meat you could get. They were dirt
Oh,
cheap,
brisket used to be
and
cheap.
I would buy them and throw them in the crock pot and cook them like for a day, and then just like clean out all the meat out of the inside would come out like shredded, and then I'd mix in mayonnaise and pickles and stuff and make a sandwich meat out of it. Good stuff,
Yeah. Oh
really
my
good
God.
stuff.
That's so nasty.
But that was like tongue and heart were like super cheap cuts of meat, and now they're like really expensive cuts of meat. And like I say, when my
It's because
kids
they
were
got
little,
popular.
tongue and heart were the cheapest cuts of meat that you could get.
It's sad when you think about it. Like a brisket. That's a very hard meat to cook. It being, like one side's this big, and then and it's stupid expensive. Um,
Yeah,
well, shit. I mean, if we're talking, lobster used to be poor people food.
yeah.
Yeah.
And well, like I say, beef tongue and heart used to be like just like dirt cheap. So we had a lot because we never had a lot of money, and that was like super cheap, super cheap. And now they're like the health nuts have gotten a hold of them, and now they're like super expensive to try to buy them.
Yeah. Um, when I was in Oregon, there was one of the Central American countries. They had a truck and they made tacos. Oh, it was so good, and it
Oh,
was
I
lingua.
bet.
So if you guys ever see lingua, there you go. That's cow tongue. It's so good.
Hmm. Tripe and
Tripe.
white sauce. I used to. What tripe is good for is making menudo. Menudo is really good. I love menudo. Good pot of menudo. Mm-mm-mm.
That used to
Yeah.
be a boy band, Menudo.
But
Bob with the weird
you
intro.
can't get anything like that here. I tried to make a big. My one of my daughters wanted it because we hadn't had it for a long time, and I tried to find tripe, and it took me like forever to even find a piece of frozen tripe in the store to even make it.
Bob, Pam
Yeah.
didn't bite on that at all.
Huh?
She just kept it chugging.
There really did used to be a Hispanic boy band named Menudo.
Yeah, Ricky. Oh hell, Ricky.
Yeah,
What?
yeah.
He was in it.
That's Ricky. I don't know. I didn't follow them then, and I don't follow him now. He's still popular. What is his name? Uh,
Who?
I'm sure that Grasshopper will know. Let me
Are you
look.
talking about living La Vida Loca?
Yep.
Ricky Martin.
Yeah.
Yeah, gay guy. He's openly gay. I like lamb's fry and bacon. I don't think I've ever had that.
George is going to do a pop up in a bit.
Yeah, I should get off of here because we've been going 2.5 hours, and I was just going to do a short stream.
This
So,
thing says 4 hours and 24 minutes.
That's why
so
Bob
my
knows all
auction
about
didn't
the
go
boy
very well,
band.
but Grasshopper is going to get the freebie, so that's cool.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll do another one tomorrow night.
Grasshopper, he probably wasn't gay when he was a little boy. Well, he might have been.
So I'm going to say good night, everybody. And thank
Good
you
night.
for coming in. And I'll be streaming tomorrow night, but I think sounds like Bob might miss his. We'll see how it goes.
If I can
And see
see.
if he does.
Yeah.
But I will for sure be streaming tomorrow night at 8:30 Mountain Time. So thanks, Chappie, and thanks, Bob.
Thank you, Pam.
And good night, everybody.
Yeah, good night, everybody. Thanks for coming. I'm just being ridiculous over here, scratching my head with screwdrivers. But yeah, you guys